It is good to know this, that we should know all this very important point according to various historians. See, we'll see here, according to Hegel, grasping of meaning of event happens in terms of two direct opposites. Human mind cannot understand the true nature of that event without understanding the opposites. For example, true, false, good, bad. See, anybody cannot know that what is good and what is bad unless he is facing that situation. See, we cannot understand the meaning of true things, or we cannot understand the value of truth unless we know that false, what happens when the false or the false things which happen in our life, where the bad things which happen in our life. So we must understand the both two aspects of anything, that is true, false, good, bad. So according to Hegel, one should understand the true aspects of true, false and good, bad. In order to understand the true nature of a thing, one need to know that both true and false, similarly good and bad. So this is very important. This method of analysis, which is based on opposites, is known as dialectics. That means analysis of opposites, which is very important according to Hegel. So a historian, or while writing historiography, the historians must see the both aspects, that is true, false, that is opposite and opposites of good, bad, or other side, and one other side of view and other side of opposite. That means he should think about merit and demerit as well as, I mean to say that both the aspects should be made research on those things, and that is known as dialectics. In this method, a theory is proposed in the beginning, which is called thesis. Then another theory is proposed which is contrary to thesis. This is called antithesis. See children, dialect, that means I want to tell you about dialectics. That means George Hegel proposed this theory of dialectics. According to him, understanding the meaning of any event happens in terms of two direct opposites. Human mind cannot understand the real nature of any event without understanding its opposite. So we must understand two aspects of anything. To understand this event, any event, it has to be classified in two opposite categories. For example, true, false, good, bad. If any thesis is proposed, we have to present opposite thesis to prove it wrong. Likewise, you are doing debate competition, one is against for and another is against it. So this type of thing, according to Hegel, it should be proposed. So the contrasting thesis is known as antithesis. A thorough logical discussion follows, and after weighing both the theses, a new thesis is proposed which includes gist of both, the thesis and antithesis. If it do not this, the human mind will not able to analyze properly. So human mind must look into these two aspects. In short, after discussing two contrasting theses, we arrive at new thesis is called synthesis. Understood? After thesis and antithesis, if these two are making having any type of analysis or any type of studies, discussion, logical discussion, thorough discussion, and after that new thesis is arrived, that is synthesis. The whole process is known as dialectics. Understood? So this was according to Hegel. Historiography of 19th century was greatly influenced by another historian, that is Leopold von Ranke of Berlin University. Understood? So here we are studying about European scholars, so we are supposed to know the ideology or belief of those European scholars. So another European scholar was Leopold von Ranke in between the period of 1795 to 1886. He wrote two books, The Theory and Practice of History. Second book, The Secret of World History. And he was from Germany. According to him, he gave a lot of importance to information gathered through original documents. He also stated that all type of documents related with the historical events should be examined minutely with great care. He believed that it was possible to react the historical truth with this method. He criticized imaginative narration of historical events. He influenced historical writings of the 19th century. He criticized imaginative narration of history. See, here we can say that according to Leopold von Ranke, he was having such belief that whenever any scholar is writing history, he must believe or he must write proper event, with proper truth, with proper analysis, with proper synthesis, with proper antithesis, thesis, everything should be made research, thorough research. And moreover, he criticized imaginative narration. We should not write any type of imaginative story in history, that how people will believe that this thing happened. So he believed, or he gave emphasis that historical truth must be included while writing historiography. Collection of his articles, published 2 books. I already told you that he wrote 2 books. So Leopold von Ranke, he gave emphasis on narration of historical truth. Now here we'll see Karl Marx. See, Karl Marx, we already studied in our 9th standard that socialism. He was of belief that the society must have equality. According to Karl Marx, history was not about abstract ideas. It was about living people. He wrote one book, very famous book, Das Kapital, and he was from Germany. Human relationships are shaped by fundamental needs of people and ownership, as well as nature of prevalent means of production to meet those needs. Understood? Here, according to Karl Marx, the fundamental needs of people and ownership, as well as nature of prevalent means of production to meet those needs, should be based on human relationships. The accessibility of these means to different strata of the society may not be equal. This inequality causes a division of society into classes and leading to class struggle. See, here the word class struggle is there. So according to him, he gave emphasis on equality. According to him, the ownership of the production, means of production, should be equally distributed among the people of the society. That is the fundamental need of the people. And there should not be any type of inequality among the people of different strata of the society. So this, if there will be inequality, it may lead into different classes in the society, and again which will going to lead class struggle. According to Marx, human history is the history of class struggle. As a class that owns the means of production, economically exploits the rest of classes. Here, children, one thing very important I will tell you, and this here, Karl Marx was having the opinion that division of society should not be there. There should be equality. See, equality, that means he was very much in belief of socialism. That means where the production or consumption or distribution should be equally distributed among the people in the society. That means the means of production should be given equally to all the people, and there should be no exploitation to the people who doesn't own any type of production in the society. So he was against the exploitation of the people of the lower class or the lower section of the society. Das Kapital, it is a treatise written by him. It is a most referred book all over the world. See, this is very book in the, if anybody is very much interested in having this subject economics afterwards, this Das Kapital is going to be very helpful while reading or making any type of thesis based on socialism. So once again, to revise his theories, very important that he was in belief of equality. Understood? So there should be no any type of caste struggle among people, and there should be equally distribution of the resources in the society. So now children, we'll see some school of thoughts was there which believed on the onset of 20th century, new school of historiography arose in France, which is known as Annals School. So here schools, that doesn't mean that students were going to school or that classes was there. No, this school means belief or faith or thing or a type of thinking or direction, or the people which particular people, section of the people, they believe in those certain theory or certain rules. So this Annals school, according to historiography of the West, if we'll see the previous events, Annals schools was very important. This thought of school, Annals school of thought, was very important during the onset of 20th century. Annals schools gave direction to history writing.